Hi everyone, I am Sheikh Naushin, a BTech student from AIDS branch at Bimbaram. In this short and simple video, I will be explaining the basic concepts of JavaScript, which is one of the most popular programming languages used for web development. We will be covering the key topics: variables, conditional statements, arrays, loops, and functions and objects. I will also show you small examples that I personally wrote and executed in Visual Studio Code, as you can clearly see how each concept works. So let's get started with our very first concept, variables. Let's begin with variables, one of the most basic and important concepts in any programming language. Variables are used to store data that we can use and change later in our program. In this example, the first line var name Naushin creates a variable named name and stores the text like Naushin. The next line, let the age 18, stores the number 18 in the variable called age. Then we have constant college bit Vimbaram. Here const stands for constant, which means its value cannot be changed once assigned. Finally, I used console.log 3 times to print the values of these variables on the screen. So the output will be Naushin 18 and with Bimbaram. That's how variables help us to store and display data in JavaScript. Conditional statements. Let's look at conditional statements. These are used when we want our program to make decisions based on certain conditions. I created a variable called marks and gave it the value 76. Now I'm using the if else structure. It checks the value of marks and then decides what message to print. If marks are 90 or above, it prints grade A. If marks are 75 or above, it prints grade B. If marks are 65 or above, it prints grade C. Otherwise, it prints D. Since our marks are 76, the output will be grade B. That's how conditional statements help our program think and make choices. Arrays. In this example, I created an array called fruits with 3 values: apple, banana and pineapple. When I write console.log fruits, it prints all the items inside the array. But when I write console.log fruits box 1, it prints only the item at position 1, which is banana. That's because array indexes start from 0. So the first item is index 0, the second is index 1, and so on. Arrays make it super easy to work with lists of data in JavaScript. Loops. Loops are used when we want to repeat a certain action multiple items. Here I created an array called colors with 3 items: red, black and yellow. Then I used a for of loop, which means for every color in the array, print that color. So it will first print red, then black and then yellow, one line at a time. Loops are very useful when we have large amounts of data or tasks that need repetition instead of writing the same code again and again. Functions. Here I created a function called greet, which takes one parameter, name. Inside the function, it returns a message saying hi followed by the name. Then I call the function using console.log greet Naushin. That means it sends Naushin as the input to the function and the output will be hi Naushin. Functions help us write code that's clean, reusable and used to maintain. And finally, objects. Now let's learn about the objects in JavaScript. Objects are used to store information in key value pairs. That means each piece of data has a key and a value. Here I created an object called student using curly braces. Inside it we have 3 properties: name with the value Naushin, age with the value 18 and college with the value bit Bimbaram. When I print console.log student, it shows all the details together. If I want to print only one property, I can write student.name or student.age. So the output will first show the full object and then just Naushin and 18. Objects are very powerful. They help organize data neatly in real world form, like details of student, a product or an employee. So finally I conclude. We learned about variables which store data, conditional statements which help in making decisions, arrays which hold multiple values, loops which repeat actions, functions which perform specific tasks, and objects which store structured information. These concepts form the foundation of JavaScript, and once you master them, you can start building websites, adding interactive and working with the world applications. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope this explanation helped you understand JavaScript in an easy and practical way. If you found this useful, please like, share and leave your feedback in the comments. See you in the next video. Bye and happy coding.